Trail Safaris. My name is Axel. I'll be your driver for the day or for the next week. Who knows? We might get lost. I tend to do that sometimes. But before we head in, I have a couple quick safety reminders. Please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. Please keep your face covering on over your nose and mouth at all times as well. If you happen to drop anything outside of the truck, I cannot stop to retrieve it.
Did you hear that? Don't drop it on, he can't get it.
So hold on tight to those belongings. If you're taking pictures, I do suggest you have your camera phones, your cameras out and ready. There's lots of animals out there and I can't always stop for every single one. They certainly do not stop for me, so it's best to be prepared to get that perfect picture. So with that being said, our first stop today is the little...
It's very green today.
And the first animal I see is coming up on your right. That is the okapi. There's two of them over there.
Oh, you have birdies on this side.
Mom, what is on that?
The okapi is very shy and reclusive.
Can you see
A lot of
over
people
there?
think it's related to the zebra because of the stripes on its legs, but it's actually the closest living relative to the giraffe.
The
We know
bird,
the
what
two are
color?
related because they have very similar facial structures. If you put them side by side, they look almost identical in the face.
Hiding.
The okapi actually wasn't discovered by Western civilization until about 1901. Very recently.
Oh, nice. You have good eyes.
I do see a black rhino coming up here in just a second.
I see him.
But
Can you
first,
see
look
him
up
over
here on your right.
there?
You'll see the saddle-billed stork. It's a little hard to see because there's bushes, but you can still see its head popping out there. The saddle-billed stork can grow up to 5 feet tall. It also has a 9-foot wingspan, which is about as wide as the canopy.
Let's look at the
over your
rhino.
head right
Here he
now.
comes.
It's a pretty big bird.
Can you see that
On
rhino?
your left is the black rhino.
To be nice and not eat
The black rhino can get up to
Oh, yeah.
3,000 pounds. It also has no natural predators. But its biggest threat is humans because it's poached for its horns, which are made out of keratin. The same stuff our fingernails and hair are made out of. Down on the left is the bongo.
I saw a little bongo down in
The
there.
bongo is also known as the ghost of the forest because it's very good at hiding. Their large horns lean back, which allows them to get through thick and
He's
tangled
so
underbrush
cute.
much easier. An easy way to tell the males apart from the females is by looking at their necks. The males have much darker necks than the females do.
I don't know what this. No, it just said what.
Also on the left, all the way back there behind those bushes, I see a greater kudu.
Oh, I see
It's a
it.
little hard to see because that is a female. And I know that because only the males pack them. The
He's
females
hiding.
stay in packs of about 3 to 10, while the males stay by themselves most of the time.
Hi, baby. Sit down. Cover your nosy.
Alright, we are now headed out of the forest and into the Sapi River.
Do you see the animals? Oh, what do you see, Kuka? On your lap, maybe. Do you want to be on Dada's lap so you can see? You gotta sit on your bottom so you're safe, please.
I'm not gonna be on it. Mama,
Oh,
you have
what
On your right,
is
you'll see
it?
the Nile hippopotamus. There's actually 2 of them in there. When the hippo is born, it weighs about 85 pounds. It's also one of the most dangerous animals in Africa because it's territorial.
Look at those bugs.
They spend most of their day submerged in the water to keep out of the heat. Then they come out of the water at night, which is when they're most active.
Oh, nice white.
See what else we can find out here?
Oh, there's more over here.
Hey, those are flamingos.
Flamingos. I don't think those ones are flamingos.
Alright,
Those
coming
ones
up
are
here on your
pelicans.
left, if you see these big white birds, those are pink-backed pelicans. They get their
Pink-backed
name from the
pelicans.
coloration of their skin during mating season. And they also have a wingspan of about 7 to 9 feet.
Those birds live near us too, huh? They are.
Down on the left is the Nile crocodile.
You see all those crocodiles?
The average Nile crocodile is about 16 feet long and weighs 500 pounds. They also consume about half their body weight.
Yeah, do not go in that water. That is true.
Put this book back. I think I don't like alligators.
So they'll eat about 250 pounds of food per meal. That is quite a bit of food. I I did see some down there with their mouths open. That's how they regulate their body temperature. Since they don't sweat, they have to let all their heat out through their mouths. That's how they cool up. They're also very gentle with their eggs. And they keep their eggs in their mouth and move them around between their teeth, and that helps the hatching process. Both the males and the females do that.
Well, I think we're getting to the safari.
Coming up on the right is the banana tree, also known as the upside down tree, because it just looks like you took it straight out of the ground and stuck it to your top. It's leafless for about 9 months out of the year, and it can store water in its trunk for the drought. The water stored in its trunk can be consumed by animals who are migrating or who are just thirsty and can't find water anywhere else. That gives it its second nickname, the Tree of Life.
Tree of Life.
The really big tree you saw when we first came into the park today is also called the Tree of Life. And if you look closely, you'll see that it's a bale-bound tree with leaves.
I think we will.
We're now entering the African savanna. So let's fly it out here first, but if you look over on the right, you'll see some giraffes. We're about to be over there in just a couple minutes. Let me just get a little closer.
Giraffe jam.
And it looks like they're stopped up there because there's giraffes actually in the road, so we might have to stop for a little bit in just a second.
Mama, if you can eat those and
I know, can't wait. Gotta be Lockie's dog.
Rocky, I think this is your dog.
Okay, I found something pretty cool. This one's gonna be a little hard to see. If you look over on your left, all the way back against the rock wall, you'll see a spotted hyena laying down right there, right against the rock.
You see him?
That is a spotted hyena.
Sit down on your bottom, please.
With hyenas, the females rule the pack. The lowest ranking female is still ranked higher than the highest ranking male. Common misconception is that hyenas are just scavengers and just eat other animals' leftovers, but that's not true. They're actually pretty good pack hunters. They're pretty effective.
There he goes. He's running.
You see, look on the left, there's a couple of animals walking out there. Those are sable antelopes. The sable antelope is the symbol of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Oh, also coming up on the left are some wildebeest.
Wildebeest.
There's some laying down here, but there's also some standing up ahead, in case you can't see these. The wildebeest are one of the largest migration patterns on Earth. 1.5 million to 2 million of them migrate every single year. They learn how to walk and run within the first 15 minutes of life, mainly because there's always predators after them, so they have to learn how to get away really quickly. But if one wildebeest is slowing down the herd, they do have to leave it behind. So it has to learn to adapt. These large structures you see here on the left are termite mounds. Termite mounds are made out of dirt, spit, and dung. Elephants will use them as scratching posts, and goats will sometimes use them as lookout posts. They stand right on the very top, and that way they get a 360-degree view of any predator that might be coming at them.
Cool.
Oh, now we're going to see it.
Alright, here we go. Look over on your right, folks. This is the Maasai giraffe.
You see him?
The Maasai giraffe is the tallest land animal on Earth. They can grow anywhere from 18 to 20 feet tall. In fact, they're so tall that when the babies are born, they drop 6 feet straight down to the ground. Ouch. They learn how to walk and run within the first hour of life. And they sleep standing up most of the time, mainly to get away from predators quickly if they need to. Look at this guy on the left there.
He says yum yum.
I do see a baby giraffe It's going to be on your right. It's the one laying down right next to this one standing up. I also see one of my favorite animals on the right as well. These little guys right there are springbok. The springbok gets its name because it can spring 6 feet high and 13 feet forward in a single leap. They're also in the top 10 fastest land animals on Earth, running about 50 to 60 miles an hour. They're about as fast as a cheetah, which makes them very hard to catch up with. A couple more things about the giraffes though. So they only sleep about 30 minutes a day, but they eat for 20 hours a day. Sounds like a good ratio to me.
That's a lot, isn't it?
They also have the same number of vertebrae in their necks as humans do. We both have 7. Theirs are just a little bit bigger than ours. And they have a prehensile tongue. Basically what that means is their tongue can bend just like our fingers. Helps them grip on the leaves better while they're eating. Let's check out the other side of the savannah here.
Your side, let's see what we got. Anything cool? Tell me what you see.
I hope it's flamingos.
Flamingos will come.
Oh, Mama.
I think these are the baboons, but they are.
Not seeing much over here. But I do have a shortcut up ahead that'll take us straight into elephant territory.
You want to see?
There pretty quickly too. My shortcut's just up here on the right.
Kuka, you want to see the elephants?
We go. Whoa. Never mind, it's close. That's embarrassing. This has never happened to me before. We're just gonna have to take the long way now. Which means I just extended your vacation by about a week. You're welcome. We also have to take the super old rusty bridge. It shakes quite a bit and makes a lot of noise, but I think we should be safe because I have my seatbelt on. Just don't make any sudden movements and hold on tight. Here we go. Hey, cool, it's cracked. There's about 3 zip ties holding the whole bridge together though, so I think we're okay. Hopefully.
Hold on tight.
I made it.
Oh, we have
And the back made it, yay!
Hold on tight.
Made it off the bridge. And into the red playpits. I do see some tusk marks in the cliff coming up here on the right. That could mean we might see some elephants around here. Elephants like to eat the clay because it provides them with nutrients. So let's be on the lookout. But fair warning, those marks could be a little old. And they could have migrated elsewhere in search of food and shelter. But we'll see. Let's see if we get lucky. Find an elephant or 2 around here.
1,000.
You see an elephant, Kuka?
I think I see
Not
one.
seeing any just yet. I'm not giving up though. So we are looking for African elephants. One way you can tell them apart from any other elephant is by looking at their ears. Their ears are actually shaped like the continent of Africa. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, but it's still pretty cool. But wait, look. Right here on the left with the really big horns. If you can't see this one, there's a couple more coming up on the right. This is the Ankole cattle. The Ankole cattle is the only domesticated animal on the reserve.
It does, it smell like a cow.
6 feet long. Looks like we might have to stop here in a second because this one's horns are really big and they're like right in the middle of the road. So I don't want to hit them. Alright. Gonna try. Nope. Alright, we're gonna hold here for just a sec, see if he moves. And he's getting closer. So we're gonna stop. Give me just a sec, folks.
happy, wasn't he?
Please don't get wet. Ducky!
All right. So that was being holy cow, folks.
Holy cow.
We're coming up on the greater flamingo.
Daddy, here, bingo!
The greater flamingo is the lightest shade of pink out of all the flamingos. And they get their color from the brine shrimp. They are born gray, so if you see some gray or white ones in there, those are the newer ones that just haven't gotten their color yet. But they will eventually. They just need to eat a little more shrimp. By the way, that's an odd shape for an island. I don't think I've ever seen one shaped like that before. Looks kind of familiar back there. Guess what?
It's a hidden Mickey Island. It's a hidden Mickey Island.
Alright, there is a mud pit coming up here.
What is
That
it?
could mean we might see some rhinos around because they like to roll around in the mud.
Let's look for some
look at that.
rhinos.
On the left, I see a couple of white rhinos. Let's get a little closer here. So the white rhino is actually twice as big as the black rhino we saw earlier. These can get up to 6,000 pounds.
And 2 rhinos.
Despite their name, they're not actually white. They're more of a gray color. They get their name from the Afrikaans word "white," which means wide, because they have wide mouths. They're also pretty blind. They can't see more than a couple feet in front of them, so they mainly rely on their hearing to get around. Look at these guys on the right. I think that's a baby rhino up there. Let's take a closer look up here. So I'm going to try to be a little quieter once we're around the rhinos here because I don't want to scare them. But we're also entering cheetah territory right now, and I do see some cheetahs. The cheetahs are laying down up here on the left. I'll talk about them in just a second, but look at the baby rhino coming up on the right. Looks like he's relaxing. About to take a little nap. And that's his mom right behind him. By the way, the baby rhino's name is Ranger. He is adorable. There's another rhino up ahead here crossing the road. And also, another cheetah up there on the left, walking along the path there.
Is he just chilling?
The cheetah is the fastest land animal on Earth. I'm going to be a little quiet because I don't want to scare him, so I'm going to stop talking now. There we go. The cheetah is the fastest land animal on Earth, and they can run up to 70 miles an hour. They can only maintain that speed for a couple hundred yards, though. Their tails are as long as their bodies, and use them as a counterweight to help them turn quickly while running. They're also not considered big cats like lions and tigers because they don't roar. They mainly growl and purr like really big house cats. But please do not try to pet a cheetah like a house cat because their claws never retract. By the way, speaking of cats, I found a lion laying down right here on the left. Look, it looks like he's sleeping there. So that is a male lion. I'm not seeing any females around here just yet. So let's go look around here. Let's see.
Hold on to her. When you're around, she might go flying.
So with lions, the females primarily do the hunting, while the males stay back with the young. They mainly do their hunting at night, which is when they're most active because, as you can see, they sleep about 16 to 20 hours a day. It's 5 p.m. and he's still asleep. That is the life, folks. Don't think I'm seeing any females around here. So I guess they must be out and about right now. A lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away. So while you're at the park a little later on, keep your ears open because you might hear the lions roaring. It's pretty loud. And I guess the whole cast of the Lion King must be out today because look at this. I found some warthogs. Right here on the left.
It's Pumba.
Warthogs are burrowers, which means they dig those holes you see on the side of the hill there. And that's that's where they live most of the time. They sleep with their tusks sticking out of the holes to ward off any predators, and they're in the same family as the domestic pig. And on the right is another one of my favorite animals. If you can't see this one, there's a couple more up ahead that you might be able to see. So this is the scimitar horned oryx. It's a desert animal. They can go 9 months without drinking a single drop of water. There we go. Here's a little bit of a better view of them. There's also some ostrich eggs on the right there in the grass. Look at those eggs. Those are really big. Which makes sense, because the ostrich is the largest bird in the world. They're also flightless, so they mainly use their wings to help them steer while they run. They do run pretty fast, about 35 to 40 miles an hour. Each one of those eggs weighs about 3 pounds, and a full-grown human adult can stand on one and it wouldn't even crack. They're really strong. And it looks like we are about to enter Magadi Glen. So this is where the warden lives. That's his house right up there. It's usually pretty quiet around here. There's not a lot of animals around, but the warden does keep one specific type of animal here at his house. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Let's see if we're causing trouble here. Right here on the left is the Nigerian dwarf goat. They are adorable, but that's not why the warden keeps them around. The warden keeps them safe here at his house, and in return they provide him with very nutritious milk. Milk which you can then sell or turn into cheese. It's very valuable here in the village. They're also good for the ecosystem around here. They eat all the bad weeds and other plants in the ground that other animals won't. They can eat quite a bit because they have a double-chambered stomach very similar to that of a giraffe. That's why the giraffe and the dwarf goat both have pot bellies. Also, those may have looked like little baby goats, but those are fully grown adults. That's as big as they're going to get. Alright folks, as we approach the end of our safari, I just want to take a little time to talk about conservation. If you'd like to help out with Disney's conservation efforts, you can donate to the Disney Conservation Fund. $1, $5, $10, anything you want to donate, and Disney will match that donation dollar for dollar. If you'd like to help out, you can do it at any of the retail or merch shops at the park. Just go up to any register and let them know. And here comes the best part. The splash zone. Man, and we're back to basic, just like that. It only took us about 2 weeks to get back, which isn't too bad considering my last safari took about a month. We got stuck in the mud for 3 weeks and it wasn't pretty, but at least we made it back in a timely manner this time. Well, unfortunately, this is the end of our safari. But here at Kilimanjaro Safari, we don't like to say goodbye because that's just too sad and too final.
Did that really happen?
Here we like to say
No, he was just teasing, wasn't he?
And as we approach the dock, please make sure you have all of your personal belongings. Watch your head and step as you exit. And have a wild rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Once again, folks, my name is Axel. Thank you so much for riding my safari today. I hope to see you back very, very soon.